All right, y'all, welcome back. As most of you know, I've just recently picked up this Subaru Sandbar K truck, and I just wanted to go over a few things about how to pick it up from the Newport News port so you can have a better experience than I did. So without further ado, let's just go over a couple of details that you'll need to know to have a good experience. All right, first things first is you need to call the port and make an appointment. I did not do that. However, there was no one else there when I got there, and they just let me in. But they told me that I needed to have an appointment. So also a benefit of calling is when you call them, you can ask them if you have any late fees and if there's any other fees that are left to pay, because once you get there, you have to have a money order to pay them. They won't accept a credit card, they won't accept cash, they only accept a money order. I don't know if this is newer or something, because from other ports that I've heard of that you can call a number and pay it over the phone. That didn't seem to be the case here, so I had to leave and go to a post office and get a money order. So call, make an appointment, find out how many fees, what the fees are that you owe, and go get a money order, and then start headed that way. So the next thing is you got to know where to go. So if you type in your GPS, 25th Street and Warwick Boulevard, then that'll get you pretty close, within less than a block away. Because basically you're going all the way to the end of 25th Street, and the road will kind of curve, and as it curves, you'll see the main gate. And I'll put a picture up of the main gate so you know what it looks like. Cool, so now you're at the main gate. Once you get there, they're gonna ask you if you have a TWIC card. A TWIC card is basically your approval to go onto the dock by yourself. If you don't have a TWIC card, which most people don't, you'll have to hire a chaperone to take you. I don't have a TWIC card, and luckily for me, there was a chaperone right there at the main gate waiting for people like me to show up. So to be prepared for that, you'll need to have at least $90 in cash to pay the chaperone, because he only takes cash. So have that cash handy. Hopefully there's a chaperone there. I don't know how to go about getting it if they're not there, so you'll have to look that up for yourself. But luckily for me, there was a chaperone there waiting right there at the main gate. Another thing you need to know is they will only allow one person in. This supposedly is a new rule. I took, several of my friends up there to help me load the car and get it all up on the trailer and everything, but that's not allowed. Unless you all have TWIC cards, that's not allowed anymore. So it'll be the chaperone if you need one, and then you, and that's only people that are allowed in, unless you have TWIC cards. Okay? So, you'll need to make sure that you have all your paperwork available. What I took was, I took my entry summary, your export certificate, and your delivery order. And I believe that's all you needed. You probably won't even need all of those. But just take all your paperwork that your broker gives you, and you should be just fine. So once you get through the main gate, you'll need to go to the office to pay your fees. So you'll also need a high visibility vest, like a neon yellow vest. If you don't have one, I think they'll loan you one. But at the main office, you'll pay your fees before they let you go to your car. If you don't know where the main office is, it's basically just straight through the main gate, and there's a big office on the right hand side. If you get a chaperone, he'll take you there. I'll also post a picture of that. So once you have everything paid for, they'll give you the all good to go pick up your car. You'll load it onto your trailer, and then you'll have somebody sign off on the paperwork that they give you. Once you have your trailer loaded up and that person has signed off on it, you'll take that paperwork back to the main office, and then they'll give you the clear and receipt to leave. So once you have all that taken care of, you're good to go. You leave the port, go home and enjoy your new car. I really hope this was helpful for somebody. For me, I went in blind. I didn't know anything that I was doing. I just kind of winged it all, and it was a little stressful at times, but you know, I made it. I got through. I got my truck, and everything worked out pretty good. But had I known the things that I just told you, it would have made it so much easier and smoother. And I think a lot of things have changed this year that weren't like this previously. So this is the latest and greatest information, because I literally just did this a week ago. Beginning of August 2023 is when I did it. So for people that are watching this later in the future. So I hope this helped. Let me know if you haven't seen the walk around on the K truck. I'll post a link up here so you can go check that out. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one. All right, one last thing, just a little bit of helpful advice. You don't have to take these things, but it's helpful. Make sure you have, of course, you need your tie straps to strap it down to your trailer, but also helpful to have a gallon of gas, some tools, some basic tools, jumper cables, or a battery pack, and just in case your battery is dead, because it has been sitting for a long time on a boat. Of course, you need your high visibility vest. If you don't have one, I think they have loaners there, but I would take one just in case. And I took some Fix-A-Flat just in case I had a flat tire. I don't really like to use that stuff, but you know, in a pinch, you know, it'll come in handy. But mainly the gas and the jumper cables. A battery pack would be way better than jumper cables, because the area that they had my truck parked in was really tight. It might have been difficult to get another car in front of it to use the jumper cable, so a battery pack I think would be better than jumper cables. But just take some basic hand tools and the gas, and you should be good. Mine, I didn't need any of that stuff, thank goodness, but mine just cranked right up. You know, after 2 or 3 seconds of turning the key, and it fired right up. It had almost a half a tank of gas in it, and the battery seemed good. So luckily for me, I didn't need any of that stuff, but one of you might have a different experience than me. So take those things just in case.